Hello everyone, this is Joshua F. Jones, writer of Antidote for a Lukewarm Church. And I just want to tell the testimony of the things that led me to write such a book. I was in an extremely depressed time due to complicated circumstances. I became the only parent of a 3-year-old. I was working a dead-end job. I was at the lowest point of my life. I was ready to give up on the faith, actually. And I read 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 7. That the trying of your faith, being much more precious than gold that perish, though it be tried with fire, might it be found unto praise, honor, and glory at the appearing of Christ Jesus. I read that backwards, but you get my point. When I was at my lowest, God gave me an antidote. He told me that the trying of my faith at this time would produce all those good things for Him. So I looked about what's the trying of gold, and it led me to pretty much the cornerstone of this book. What is the antidote for a lukewarm church? How can you, maybe you're depressed and you're wondering why these things are happening, where you find yourself a nominal Christian and need to get stronger in faith. And I would lead you to verses that are in here. Verses like 1 Peter 1:7. The trying of your faith produces glory and honor to God, and that should be your ultimate goal in this life. It is not to be happy. It is to be in a right standing with God and to praise and glory and honor Him. That is what we're made for. That's what satisfies us personally the most, are those things. But when I was looking through these things, I found an interesting verse in Revelations 3:18. I counsel you that you buy me gold tried in the fire, that you may be rich. Who doesn't want to have your needs met? Okay, that you may be rich, and white raiment, that you may be clothed, that your nakedness not be your shame of your nakedness not be shown or appear. Anoint your eyes with eye salve, that you must see. Pretty much. And I read that this was the context of that famous verse that says, if you're hot or cold, I'll spew you out of my mouth. And I see that it was speaking to a lukewarm church, a nominal church, a church that isn't on fire to save the lost and to glorify God. It's just a church that's tired of just going and playing church. And God counsels them, gives them the antidote, which is, go get gold. What's gold? Praise, glory, and honor. Having testimony. This is my testimony of through the darkest time. This book and these verses that God can bring about wonderful change. When I was a kid, I was born with a reading and writing disability. How am I writing a 60-plus page book? I remember being in middle school and having a writing teacher make fun of me openly in front of the class for not being able to read my own writing. And now I have a published book, which is my testimony. Essentially it is. It's very much a Bible study, but this is the testimony of through trying times, God brings praise, glory, and honor. But don't you all want to be clothed? You don't go outside naked now, do you? What's the clothing? Jesus' righteousness. How are you justified? That is the number one key fact that separates Christianity from all other religions. How are you justified before God? Do you have to work? Well, you dug yourself into the problem in the first place. You committed the sins, you dug yourself in the problem. You are never going to dig yourself out. Take the ladder, which is the cross of Christ, and get out. That's the righteousness. That is the white raiment that He's pleading for us. He's counseling us to go do. And eye salve, and what is eye salve? It's only mentioned once. context of eye salve, it's a medicine that was produced in Laodicea, which is the letter that the lukewarm church, the ill church that needs the antidote. It was the medicine. It was an antidote that they had for eye problems. You would rub it into your eyes. And the problem that we most have as Christians is we're hypocrites. We do not take on righteousness of Christ and point out flaws lovingly. We beat down people, which I actually feared a lot with feeling abandoned and alone in the faith. And I just wanted to tell the testimony of this book, which is available on Amazon. And remember, every Christmas there are free books, free ebooks. You can get an ebook, you can get a physical book, and you could probably get it around Christmas time, completely free from me, where you can go comment to me and I'll give you a PDF. But if you want to support stuff like this, testimonies like this, please go ahead and go on Amazon and look it up. Antidote for a Lukewarm Church. This is Joshua F. Jones. Thanks for listening to my testimony. Let the praise, glory, and honor be all His. Signing out.